You've muted yourself.
Oh, I did. Welcome to episode 459 of the Geeks for the Win podcast, the podcast from the geeksforthewin.com. We cover all things geeky. I'm your host, William, and I'm joined with my co-host, Stuart.
Known across the internet as Casual Terror.
And we're back, and
Yes.
we're gonna do a podcast, I guess.
Yes.
Like nothing. Still haven't figured out like a permanent format, but
We've come up with no ideas.
We took off last week, and then we got some stuff. I've got some stuff to talk about.
I got some things I've done as well.
Okay. Do you want to go first?
Sure.
With something?
Last time I talked about I was playing Spider-Man on PC. I have 100%ed the main game. I have 100% all 3 DLCs. I have 100% that game. I have unlocked everything, max level. I'm done. The only thing I've not really done is, in order to 100%, you don't have to do because there's challenges in both the main game and all 3 DLCs. I don't have to get like maximum ultra 5-star ratings. Actually, it's 3, but I don't have to get those. I just have to complete the challenge, and then it counts.
That's cool.
So I got those achievements I could unlock, but I'm not gonna. As well as beating the game on the hardest difficulty, as well as just on New Game Plus, which are not going to happen anytime soon, at least. So now I just have to wait for Miles Morales to come out, which is this fall sometime. Don't know yet.
That's cool.
So yeah, I've not only beaten the game, I 100%ed the game.
That's impressive. Yeah. There's not many of those I can say I've done recently.
No, I can't say I've 100% of games very often, let alone beat them.
Yeah. Although a lot of games I play now, you can't really 100%.
Right.
Like,
yeah. How many games actually give you a percentage that you've beaten them now anyway?
Like, you really can't 100% slay the spire because it's a rogue. Like,
right.
So like, that's the whole point of it, is you can keep going through it and it's different every time.
Yeah.
So, or like, Apex Legends or Destiny, or a lot of games I play are like, you can't really 100%, but yeah. I think next game I'm gonna beat, though, I think I'm gonna do it on stream soon, is the Final Fantasy VII remake.
It's funny you say that because, I think it was Wednesday. I was like, okay, I'm gonna woke up. Yeah, it was Wednesday morning. I'm like, I'm gonna stream tonight. What am I gonna stream? You know what? I have not played Final Fantasy VII remake yet. I'm gonna play it on stream. I was literally going to do that, and then I fell.
So you did it. Okay.
I fell asleep when I got home, so it didn't happen. But I was planning on doing it.
I was like, wait, did I miss that? Like, I feel bad. Oh my god, how'd I miss?
No.
Like, okay, good. You didn't.
No, I fell asleep, so it didn't happen. But I woke up.
Yeah.
100% planning to.
Yeah, I was planning on streaming last weekend, and then my internet went out for the whole weekend.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
And the only response I can get from technical support was like generic responses. I don't know if I showed you like
Yes.
an
Yeah.
example. Yeah, I did. Okay.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. It's like, that doesn't help. Like no ETAs, nothing. Just like, oh, we have people monitoring the situation, and we'll get the stuff up. Like, okay, whatever.
Yes, we're gonna point and laugh. That's how we're monitoring. They're giving us money to do nothing.
Yeah, well, they gotta step up their shit because there's a new company that's putting down actual fiber in my area,
Nice.
and it's like way cheaper. And I think you was it you can get up to 5 gigs, like
Oh,
5 gig speed. Like what? I think 1 gig is only, or 1 gig speed is only like 50 something bucks. I saw like, which
okay.
that's like what? They're probably selling all my data, you know, that goes through,
But
but
you know
like at
what?
that
At
price,
that
I
price,
don't care.
at that speed, you know what?
I,
Yeah,
I don't
sure,
care. Like,
sure.
sure, yeah, doesn't
Every other
matter, you know.
website's doing it anyway. You use Chrome? Yeah, that's definitely happening.
It's like I don't do anything but too bad, so like
Right. You know why?
I got nothing to
Why
hide.
are people worried about like oh they're stealing my info? What are you doing that you're not supposed to be doing? Huh?
So if you want to watch, you want to see that I've been binge watching Farscape again, which that's something I've been doing. Um, I decided to, because I had gotten done like a week or I don't know, maybe it was longer than that, a couple weeks ago with Stargate Atlantis, and I'm like, man, I need to find another sci-fi show, and I was just looking, and I'm looking for a new sci-fi show to watch,
Mm-hmm.
like something good, and I just haven't found anything that like really speaks to me, like. So I was like, I guess I can rewatch an oldie that I like again, and Farscape. Oh, I love Farscape so much. Did you ever watch Farscape?
I watched some of it. I didn't watch it all, but I would definitely watch some of it.
Oh, it's so good, especially since they went and remastered it.
Uh huh.
So it just, and it's Henson, like,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yes.
so everything looks great still. It all, all the practical effects still hold up. Um Yeah, I'm loving it. It's great. It's just it's my show I'm watching in the background while doing stuff. Like that's what I have to have. I have to have a show in the background while I'm like doing emails for work or
Sure.
others,
Yeah.
like, you know, doing random stuff. I just have something, I got 3 monitors here, so I have
Oh,
one
you're
just
fancy. You got three. I only got two. I do have
I have two.
three for work, but I have two at home.
Yeah. I have 2 good monitors and one just crappy monitor that I just have, like, Discord basically on,
Oh well, in that
like
case, I've got one good one and one shitty one. I've got an old Dell like 4x3 as my second.
Yeah, when I built my computer back in, I don't know how long ago, in the early 2010s, like 2013, 14, somewhere around there, I bought 2 Asus, like 144 refresh rate, 1 millisecond response, all that, like pretty good gaming monitors, and
Yeah,
like that I was like future proof, and they still work. They still do what I need them to do now. So
yeah,
like I haven't had to really upgrade because I'm not playing, in 4K or anything crazy like that. And 144, you know, hertz is pretty good still for me. So
It is.
That's one thing I haven't had to. That's one thing I haven't had to worry about, like needing to upgrade, because
Yeah,
like
I'm
I've
kind of
never
with you there.
experienced 4K, so I don't know what I'm missing. So
I'm
I don't feel the need to upgrade right now.
I'm 100% with you there.
It's one of those things where, like, if I ever do experience 4K, then I'll probably be like, well, fuck, now I need to upgrade my stuff.
4K, I think more like HDR is something that might, like make you go, okay, no, I need that.
Well, yeah, I kind of lump that in with the way 4K is now.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Because yeah, it's like, HD, I didn't know anything about once we got our first HD TV and I like watched like I saw The Dark Knight and on Blu-ray, I was like, holy shit, what have I been missing? Like like that scene where he's like that scene of the skylight right before in China, like, oh my god, that's one of the best looking scenes in a movie, I think. You know which one I mean?
Yes, I do.
So good. But yeah, just have never 4K, so don't really know
Yeah,
what I'm missing. So,
I'm with you there.
which is nice for my wallet. Um,
Indeed, it is.
but yeah, I've been watching, was it on Farscape on um it's on it's on more things now, but there was a part where at the time it wasn't on anything, and I was like, what, like, except for like the 2-part like movie whatever thing to wrap it up. I forget, it's called like Peacekeeper Wars or something like that. Because originally it was on Amazon Prime, then it was taken off,
Mm-hmm.
and it just wasn't on anything. And then just recently, it's on like Shout TV Factory or whatever, which there's a like Amazon like channel thing you can get. It's like $3 a month. There was a 7-day free trial. I grabbed that, and now I see it's on Pluto, so I can, you know, finish it up on watching. I can watch it on that. But yeah, if there were at first there was like nowhere to watch it. I was like, I can't watch this. And then like the day later, I see like Google's like, hey, you were searching for this. Here's an article saying the rights are now here.
Right. See, that's a good thing that and that Google is keeping track of what you're looking up, because it gives you shit like that.
Exactly. And it just happens to be like the a couple days after I was like had given up, like, man, I can't watch Farscape now. Like, I did try to watch Babylon 5, but that is just
That
ugh.
one is. I remember my grandparents were really into Babylon 5, and that one was one
It's
I could
just
not really get into.
it's just too bland. Like, I don't know. It just none of the characters I can really get behind. There's no like, the thing I love about like Stargate and Farscape are like the characters. They're unique and they have personalities. And you know, it's just, yeah, I don't know. It's
The only thing about Babylon 5 that I remember is the dude with the hair. When I said the dude with the hair, if you've seen Babylon 5, you know who I mean.
oh yeah, I think yeah. It's
He's got like hair that just stands out like a fan. And that's the only hair on his head.
it's just, I watched like the first episode, the first couple episodes, and the first episode's like a movie length,
Yeah.
I think. I think it's like an hour and a half or something like that. I watched the second episode and then part of the third, and I was like, no, I can't do this. It's just too boring and dull. Like, there's no action. There's no, like, because
I
it's like the taking place of like a space colony or something like that.
Yeah, it's a
And
lot of
political this
political
and that,
drama,
and
that that people love a lot.
that's not what I like about sci-fi though. Like,
No, and see, Babylon 5 was actually going to be something else, but I cannot think of what it was going to be. It was going to be something else that did take off. I want to say like might have been Stargate, or I don't remember what it was going to be.
see, the creator of Babylon 5 was actually a writer for Spider-Man for a while. Fun fact there. Is it J. Michael
Oh,
Straczynski, I think?
I know what it was. It was going to be um Star Trek Deep Space Nine, but
Ah, okay.
but like the ideas was for Babylon 5 eventually were stolen by Deep Space Nine, and that became a much better show. That's what it was.
Yeah, was it Straczynski wrote The Amazing Spider-Man for 6 years. Creator of Babylon 5. Kind of a weird, like, I'm gonna do Babylon 5, and then now that's over, I'm gonna write Spider-Man. Like, what? Apparently his run is like is just like held to the, as one of the best. Like, but yeah, I tried Babylon 5, and also, I mean, I just couldn't find any other good any other good space like sci-fi shows that like interested me at the, like, that wasn't like one season and done,
Yeah,
that I'm like, I don't want to get into this and like, really like it, and then like it's no, there's no more, like, because watching like Farscape and Stargate, all that stuff, when I did, they were already done, so I was able to like enjoy it and binge through it, and so yeah. What's another thing you got?
something else I did is I watched all of Sandman.
Oh, okay.
Sandman is very good, very very good. I knew nothing about Sandman going in, other than Neil Gaiman.
It's different than the comic.
That was
The
all.
show is.
And I've gone to
They did that on purpose.
look up stuff. Yeah, because in the comic, Sandman was trapped for 70 years. In the show, he's trapped for 100 years because he was trapped at the same time, but in the comic, came out in like the 80s. Now it's so they just made up for the time. Um, and boy, were there a lot of faces that I recognized. Like, hey, have you seen Game of Thrones? Then you've seen these characters. You've seen Harry Potter? You've seen these characters. You've seen Doctor Who? You've seen these characters.
So you're saying it was a British production?
Yeah. Oh, and also here's Stephen Fry.
Of course.
But yeah, it was very good. At first I was like, oh yeah, this is, DC. So Constantine,
Yep.
but it's not John Constantine. It's Joanna.
See, a lot of times when they do different stuff like that, for like the like adaptations, people get mad, but this is Neil Gaiman deciding to. He was the one who decided to make the changes, so I think a lot of people are okay with it. As unlike Hollywood saying, "Oh, I have the rights to this. We're gonna change this," because but Neil Gaiman was actually the one who like decided to make the changes. So it's
Also,
so it's a different experience than
it's
the
Jenna
comic.
Coleman. So I mean, you can like, well, okay, yeah, I'll go with that.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's cool. Yeah, they and it's also a good thing they did make it different because the audio book just came out not too long ago. That was a big production they did. I don't know if you saw about that.
No.
I downloaded it. I just haven't uh I haven't gotten a chance to like actually listen through it, but it's hold on. Let's see. Kat Dennings is I think Death. It's got Taron Egerton, Neil Gaiman, James McAvoy, Andy Serkis, Michael Sheen. Like, there's a lot of people like
Oh,
um, Bill Nighy, John Lithgow.
Death
Um,
was wonderful. Like they got I've not reckoned I don't think I've seen anything this person has been in. Kirby Howell Baptiste. I'm not sure how, but she was fantastic as Death. Like I 100% loved her character. Oh, she was in The Good Place. She played Simone.
looking on IMDb right now. Is the character not called Death, or is it
No,
called something
no,
else?
Death.
Then why is it not shown on IMDb? I hate
It's kind of
IMDb
far
right
down
now.
because she's only in like one episode.
Oh, okay. Okay. Um,
Yeah, if you do like a yeah,
mm,
yeah, she's only in one episode.
okay. I imagine she's more Death is more of a character in the audiobook slash regular book because it's listed in both parts because audiobook is in two parts. We have
But
it's weird that didn't pop up. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know that. Okay, yeah.
like
Interesting.
she was fantastic and she played it so well. Um, but what was I
Hmm.
gonna say? Oh yeah, um, I also forgot until it came up that Lucifer is also it, it's the same Lucifer from Lucifer but different, and also not played by Tom. What's his name? I know his first
Yeah.
name's Tom. Um,
Oh, if you didn't ask me, I would have been able to tell you. But yeah, it's Vertigo. It's the Vertigo
yes,
universe, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Um, but in this one, Lucifer is played by Gwendolyn Christine, also known as Brienne of Tarth,
Oh. Oh.
and she
Captain Phasma,
Captain
right?
Phasma. Yeah, she was wonderful. Also
That's
great. Like
good.
I the only character I really had an issue with, and that's the character of Matthew the Raven, voiced by Patton Oswalt. because Patton Oswalt took me so far out of the damn story.
Yeah, that's
'Cause-
Patton Oswalt does. I saw that in IMDb, and I'm like, one of these things doesn't look like the other. Like,
And
kind
it's
of
like,
stands out.
okay, Patton Oswalt, I love him. He's one of us, but does not need to be in everything.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
So,
Yeah, I've
but
heard good things about it. So,
it is very good.
like I said, I got the audiobook because I got an email that was like, "Hey, come try Audible again and get whatever," and I'm like, "Sure, why not?" Like, I'll try it again for a month and grab the Sandman 2 parts, like, because I heard those were so good. So that's kind of funny how.
And I thought Sandman was kind of a short graphic novel, kind of like it wasn't like a huge series, but apparently Sandman's still ongoing.
Is it? I
Like
thought
there
it ended.
there's new books. Like I looked up, like the latest book came out like in April. Like they're
Oh,
still making.
maybe they brought something back for like to coincide with all this, because I thought there was a like legit ending though at one point.
I mean, there's new Sandman books, so
Let's see. Okay.
and there's supposedly more to come because it's like the first in a trilogy.
Yeah, and the wiki, the original series says the final issue number 75 was dated March 1996. And there's additionals and spin-offs and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, I think this is like under like Sandman universe.
okay. There was a 30th anniversary edition. There's absolute edition, yeah, stuff like that. But yeah, it was like a thing where like it ended. Neil Gaiman was like, "Yeah, this is the end." Like at one point. But that in comics, nothing ever ends. Like,
Yeah.
and no one ever stays dead.
No. Yeah. Reading the wiki, I'm like, oh, that spoiled me.
Oh, I wasn't necessarily referring to anything in Sandman when I said that. I just meant like,
No. Well, it doesn't happen in this show.
yeah, because
But if we
yeah,
ever get a season 2, but reading what I read though, definitely saw a setup for it.
yeah, like I said though, they like Neil Gaiman specifically made the show different from the comic on purpose.
Yeah, like there was a like you're reading like character wikis, like, oh, this character right here has a one night stand with this character. I'm like, okay, this character in the show is 21, and the character she supposedly has a one night stand with is like 60. So
I mean, that's legal technically, but
yeah. But it doesn't happen. It does not work out that way because the character is born in a different way. But I so want a season 2 because that was good. And there's another actor I really need to point out that he was so good.
well, it's Netflix, so you flip a coin.
Yeah, and even like Neil Gaiman has said, yeah, it's at the top, but we might not get a season 2 because it's so damn expensive.
At that point, though, I feel like maybe Amazon would swoop in and maybe pick it up. You know,
I
they
mean,
don't have a problem
ideally
spending
it would
money
be
on shows.
HBO because Warner Brothers is the first logo
That
you see.
that's true, but like Warner Brothers now, they're more of the just because it's our property doesn't mean we're going to be the ones to, you know, thanks to Discovery because they canned the the animated Batman show, and they're trying to sell it to other because it's like far enough along, and they don't want to like finish it or put it out or anything, so they're like trying to sell it to studios. And there's been places that are like, can Batman can Disney have Batman? Because like Hulu might buy the rights, and then I think in a couple years Hulu's gonna roll into Disney, because there's a clause where like in a few years Disney has to buy the rest of the shares of Hulu from whatever. So, but yeah, Warner
Um,
Brothers is just a mess right now. So
that it is. That it is. David Thewlis, who you might know as Lupin
um,
from Harry Potter.
oh, I love him. I love Lupin.
He
He was
plays
so good.
creepy so damn well. And there's an episode that is centered around him. Like he is like 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 Dream is not even, he's maybe in maybe 2 seconds of the episode.
Oh,
Because it is not focused on him. It is focused on David Lewis's character. And it is one of the most disturbing episodes of the show.
interesting. Oh, he's gonna be in Avatar 3. Oh boy. I'm just looking to see what else he's done. Oh, he's gonna be in Enola Holmes too. They're making a
Okay,
second one.
cool.
I'm happy about that.
Yeah. Netflix doesn't usually make sequels to their movies.
But I mean, that one you kind of like. They'd be dumb if they didn't. Yeah,
True. True. Enola Holmes was very good.
gotta keep Henry Cavill and Millie Bobby Brown happy. So
Yes.
yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm glad. I looked at the IMDb and saw that we're getting a sequel to that. That makes me happy. Oh, this year?
And
What?
it's coming out this year.
Oh, yeah, I'm here for it. Yeah, I've heard great things about the
In
show Sandman,
November.
though. So
That's November 4th, according to
nice.
IMDb.
Yeah, unless they totally messed it up somehow. Like I expect, because Sandman's always been like critically acclaimed, and it's been up there as one of like the best comics ever, and you know, so I felt like as long as and you had Neil Gaiman also had a big hand in it, so like didn't expect it to turn out bad at all. Like it's a good it's a good thing. I'm glad to hear that it was good. Also, oh, David S. Goyer was part of it too. He's hit or miss.
Who? I gotta look up. Uh,
Oh, he's done stuff like writing for The Dark Knight, and I think he did Suicide Squad. Maybe I'm thinking no, Man of Steel. He did Dark Knight.
Dark Fate, Krypton.
Yeah, so he's like, hey, he's hit or miss with stuff.
Yeah, I can
So
definitely see that. Oh, he wrote Blade 2 and Blade Trinity.
Jumper. That was a good movie, Jumper.
Jumper was highly underrated.
Samuel L. Jackson was so like good in that. He was the baddie in that, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he's the Ghost Rider, Spirit of Vengeance. Yeah, he hit or miss. Like this guy is hit or miss with stuff.
Yeah. Okay. What have also you've been doing?
Let's see. Something we've talked about. Wanting to watch, you wanting to watch, and I finally did watch. I watched Prey.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we were talking about Predator stuff just in the pre-show.
Yeah. Which I watched some scenes, like I rewatched some scenes because you can actually watch it in dubbed Comanche.
Yes.
I couldn't watch the whole movie though, because like it's dubbed over and like just watching how the lips don't match like just bugs me. Because like it wasn't like they did it and then they dubbed it over in English. Like
there was a movie where the actors learned 3 different languages and they shot each scene 3 different times.
Oh, that sounds time consuming.
Yeah.
Like, but it's kind of cool that that's the thing. And like, because you know, I live in an area called Comanche County, and the Comanche tribe is big here, and in Oklahoma and all that. So like, it's kind of cool they did that. But I mostly watched it in regular English dubbed. Not a whole lot of dialogue that's necessary to actually watch or to actually be able to hear. It's a Predator movie, it's another movie where the Predator just happens to come in. You know, it's this coming of age story of a girl in a tribe who wants to prove herself to be a hunter, and then the Predator shows up.
Who is also a coming of age predator trying to prove himself to the clan, to the tribe.
No, it's just the Predator's just there, like doing Predator stuff. Like,
just there. Okay, so it's not a training like like other predators.
No.
Okay.
I feel like that the best Predator movies are like it's like other movies, and then the Predator shows up. Like I've heard people talk about that, and I'm just like, yeah, I kind of agree. Like, if you have a bad
Predator,
if you have a
Predator 2, it was a gang war movie, and then the Predator shows up.
Yeah, I mean, make if you have a generic action movie script, just add the Predator to it. I've heard someone say like they should have had one of the Die Hard movies just be like, oh, it's John McClane Die Hard, and then the Predator shows. Like,
sure,
that would have made one of those last ones probably way better. Like, but it's like, yeah, it's really good. It was well done. There was the main character. She has a dog companion, and oh boy, I got scared every time. They
yeah, I would too.
They scare you.
I would too.
They sure. And I'm watching this with 3 dogs around me, and like every time I'm just like grabbing onto one, just like, oh no, please don't kill the dog, please don't. It was really well done. It's I think it's rather short if I remember correctly. So yeah, it's hour 39. So it's really not too long of a movie. Yeah, Naru, forget how you say it. A skilled warrior of the Comanche Nation fights to protect her tribe against one of the first highly evolved predators to land on Earth. Um, I think this takes place in like the 1600s, something like that. Like
300 years ago.
way, yeah. So, oh, it was from the director of 10 Cloverfield Lane. That was a good movie.
I enjoy it. That one is like, hey, it's a whole other movie, and then aliens show up.
Yeah, and then at the end, it just it's like, hey, this is a whole other movie. It happens to take place in the Cloverfield universe. Like,
Yes.
that's kind of funny that happened. There's a lot. Yeah, it's a Predator movie. There's a lot of violence, all the iconic stuff, the three dots. You
Yeah.
know, you see those, and there's also when I was watching a scene, like, because it was like halfway through the movie, I remembered, oh yeah, the Comanche thing. Let's see, how do I do that? And I figured it out, and I switched it over, and like it didn't translate, like, because like it, when you have the Comanche dubbed, it still had like like there were like settlers or whatever who were speaking like French and some other, from other countries or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They were still speaking French and all them stuff, and she was speaking, and they were, the Comanche tribe people were speaking Comanche, and like it didn't like it did. I don't know if there was a weird setting issue, but it would show like subtitles for the Comanche stuff, but not for whenever the random person was speaking French or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So that was another thing where I was like, I mean, it kind of, it's, it kind of would fit with the whole like her perspective, because there was a part where she was like in it around a bunch of them and hearing them speak and whatnot. So it's like, of course she wouldn't understand what they're saying, so it makes sense, but like I kind of still would like to know what they're saying, so I had to switch back for that.
Sure.
um I was trying to avoid, that was kind of a spoilery scene that I think I navigated pretty well without giving too much away, but um there's a lot of gruesome stuff too. Like, I kind of wish I could have seen this in theaters. Like, this would have been a really good theater movie, a good summer blockbuster action movie, with the giant screen and the great sound and that whole experience.
Yeah, some of these stills on IMDb they look like fantastic.
Well, this wasn't supposed to be a Hulu movie. This was filmed before Fox got bought by Disney.
Mm.
So this was supposed to come out in theaters originally. So that's why like the production looks so great.
They've changed the look of the Predator.
It's really good because they did have a theater release for, I guess, for the cast and stuff at Comic-Con, at San Diego Comic-Con. I heard about, so that's kind of cool that they at least did that for them. But oh yeah, I'm watching the three dots, and yeah, the Predator. I've been meaning to go back and watch the first two Predator movies again after seeing this, just because it's been so long since I've watched them.
That's not how the Predator look. The Predator looks different.
Well, it's one of the first highly evolved predators, so like, it's over 300 years ago. So
that's not how evolution works.
I mean, I don't know. It's an alien race. I imagine they like do stuff to evolve themselves, like technologically.
And
Like,
I'm talking about like his actual face, like
oh
under
yeah,
the mask.
I don't know. Maybe they're different. Like how they're different humans. Maybe they're different looking predators. I don't know. I'm not a huge predator like expert, so I can't help you there. The one of the biggest complaints I did hear about the movie is like the bear in this movie. Like it kind of shows a bear. Like there's a bear in the trailer. The bear didn't look all that great CGI wise, but like yeah, it's a really good movie. I highly suggest watching it. It's a quick movie, you know, like I said, hour 39. So it's not gonna like, you know, it not a lot of unnecessary stuff because like, you know, it's there's not a lot of like drama and stuff like that because this is like over 300 years ago, Comanche Nation, all that. Like, um, so yeah, would highly suggest. Like I said, it's on Hulu, so if you have Hulu,
What did you think of the soundtrack? Did that stand out to you?
uh, I don't think so.
Okay, because that's
Should
definitely
it have?
one thing that I've. Well, the composer is actually known for the soundtracks. Like she did the soundtracks for Assassin's Creed Origin, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Like she does video game soundtracks,
I mean,
and
it's not like it stood out, which I guess is good, right?
one of the producers was playing one of the Assassin's Creed games and said, "This is great music. We need to get music like this for our movie." So they hired her.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah, I did hear about that. Come to think of it, yeah, yeah. It's a fun. It's a good movie. It's cool. Like I want to see more Predator style movies and that are not, you know, like different stuff, like in different maybe time periods, like this, you know, stuff like that, different areas. Like have one go to like, you know, like take a like feudal Japan samurai like movie script and then have the Predator show up, you know, like something like that. Like this shows like you could put the Predator in different like it doesn't have to just be like what we know, you know,
Yeah,
like modern day ish, you know, it can be set in other times and still work. Cause like all she really had for the most part was like a bow and arrow and she had an axe where she like there was this I don't want to give that away, but she did something really cool with like a hand axe. And there's like a really cool scene where she's learning and discovering and how to use it and do the thing that she does with it, and it is really cool. There's some cool stuff like the story of it kind of felt like it could have been like a video game story, like in a way. So would highly recommend. It just came out not too long ago, right? Like
yeah.
last month, I think.
Let's see, yeah, this came out
Uh,
recently. Yeah, it's I can't find her date. Yeah, last month, August 5th. Got to
Yeah.
really
So
scroll down for details on IMDb now.
yeah, I searched Prey release date movie and it pops up. Google says July 21st. I'm like, that's not right.
Nope.
Like, maybe that's like when they showed it at Comic-Con, but that's not when it came out for us. But yeah, so yeah, it was originally a Fox thing that, you know, Disney bought. So thankfully they didn't can it, you know. So what's something else you got?
Well, I started playing a new game a couple days ago. Game, I'm gonna put in quotes. Heavy quotes.
Oh, I'm interested.
It's on Game Pass,
Oh, okay.
and it is also on something that really not a lot of people talk about, but Netflix games.
Oh yeah,
Which,
I
if
saw an
you
article
have a
about that.
Netflix
Like,
subscription, you have access to Netflix games. Like, you just have them. You just don't know about them because boy, do they advertise that so poorly. But it actually makes more sense that this is a Netflix game, or it would be on Netflix as a game. It's called Immortality.
oh, okay, here it is.
It is written by Sam Barlow, which is the same creator as Her Story.
Oh, I was about to say that name sounds familiar. I
Yeah, and it's kind of the same thing, where the whole premise it does it kind of in a worse way than Her Story did, because Her Story, it was all set up like you were sitting in front of a computer at a police station and you were going through.
there was no wrong way to play it,
No,
which was great.
and this is the same way, but like you were
Okay.
sitting in front of a police computer, and you were watching interviews, police interviews of this suspect, and you were like searching up keywords to bring up a new video, a new clip from one of the interviews, and you were just and it you're just finding out kind of what happened, and there's no really like, oh, you found out the answer, yay. It's like, if you are satisfied enough, you're done. And this is kind of the same thing. You are finding out what happened to this actress, Marisha Marcel, or yeah, Marisha Marcel. She did
Marissa, there's no H.
yeah. I knew I was saying it wrong. I knew I was saying it wrong. But you're just thrown in. Like, you're not even like, there's no premise. It's just like, okay, find clips. And you're not looking up keywords. You are clicking on facial expressions or items in the scene of these 3 unreleased movies that this actress did. And
Yeah, okay, that's where the interactive movie trilogy
yes,
part in the trailer comes. Okay.
yeah, like she did a movie in the 70s, a movie in like the late 70s, a movie in the um early 80s, and a movie in like the early 90s. And when I looked, like, what am I supposed to be doing? Because that was not clear to me, like, beyond the synopsis. And there is no like thing, but like a lot of like reviews, like, it's a horror game. I'm like, is it really? Because I've not really come across. It's creepy. It's very creepy, because you're watching not like clips from the movie, but like dailies. So like you you see the guy come in. All right, here's this movie, scene 37C, and like the slam, or like in like you'll hear the director in the background, you know. So like it's not like the actual finished movie.
Okay, interesting.
But like I said, I call this a game in quotes because it's, you know, you're just watching these clips and trying to figure out how to get a new clip, how to get to a, you know, how to find a new one.
It's 26 gigs, so it's not like her story
No,
in that way.
I think
Wow.
there's like 200 clips. Like there's a lot.
Oh wow. Okay. Yes, rated mature, violence,
Oh
blood,
my god, is it so rated
sexual
mature?
content, nudity, use of drugs, strong language. I love strong language.
The third clip that I found was a sex scene, and I'm like,
Oh wow.
it's it is so damn close to porn, that scene right there. Like it was like um uh, um like if the guy didn't move his hand and reveal that she was wearing underwear, I would be like um uh, um
I liked her story, and there was another game recently I played that was similar to
there was a game,
that.
yeah.
It was on Game Pass too. Let's see,
There's
where's
a Game Pass too. Sorry.
God, making them dad jokes without being a dad. How do you check your achievements on Xbox? Like, can you do that on the app? The PC app? View profile. Oh, here we go. Games played.
Yes.
Where's that game at? I did play you.
I also played it. I thought I did.
I know I did.
As we both scroll through our.
Telling Lies.
That was it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is definitely like that, and like, yeah, if you have a problem with, you know, sexual content, if you have a problem with religion, there was the first movie that she did was like that would not, let's say it would not go over well with the church, put it like that.
Telling Lies was developed by Sam Barlow. So there you go.
Same dude. Yeah, like I want to. Yeah, there's definitely some. Yeah, strong curse words, blasphemy regarding the Catholic faith.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like I said, like it would not go over with the church. Sudden and surprising visual cuts and sound effects. Not come across that yet. Alcohol, cigarette, and drug use, abusive relationships, nudity, sex, blood and wounding, suicide, sexual assault, and murder.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, luckily, this is on Game Pass because I have that. So I can check this out. Because yeah, I like these games
And it's also
because
20,
it's like
20
you
bucks
said,
on Steam. So,
or Netflix if you have it. You
or
said,
yes, or Netflix.
which is is about $20 a month. So if you've got it, why not take advantage of it and
Also, yes.
play play this game that way, or maybe I don't know.
One of the things that I saw about this was it recommended you play with a controller. Like, okay, that's an odd thing to, because like apparently, and I think I know why now. It's because like when you're when you're trying to find things to find a new clip from, the eyeball will lock onto it. It'll auto aim. Like,
Okay.
okay, I would have never have thought of clicking on this stained glass window, and that totally took me to another scene.
Interesting. So it's like a hidden grid of things you can select.
Yes,
That's why I guess it might work well with like on Netflix, using like a controller, like a remote control
possibly.
or whatever. However, okay,
Possibly
that's interesting.
because also during this you're rewinding and fast forwarding the clips, to find a facial expression that may lead to another scene, or this, oh, this is a new actor, is he in another scene?
Okay, interesting.
That's
Yeah,
a very sultry face she's making. Did she make that face again? Yes, she did. Many times, actually.
I will probably check this out. I have Game Pass, so
Yeah, and also definitely, it definitely, it definitely shows, or you can tell, just the scumminess of the Hollywood world to especially new and upcoming women. In that, like I said, it takes place in the 70s, and there's one clip where she's posing for a painting, and one of the producers of a movie is like, "Oh, you're frozen, aren't you? Coming in to steal a kiss." Like, well, that's just, that's, and you could just tell when he turned her back, her face was like she did not want that one bit and was disgusted.
I mean, yeah, but that's the times.
That's
how things were back then. So
it is, but
whether you like it or not.
So it's like, it definitely shows that. And there is a character, one of the producers. I'm like, I'm wondering if this is a Harvey Weinstein kind of, character that they've thrown in here. By the things he's saying, it's a possibility. But yeah, I've been kind of playing that. So, and yeah, I've been doing that the past couple days. It's like I said, it's
can't hear you, Stuart.
You can't hear me. Why not?
I don't know if it's an issue on my end because I'm hearing other stuff on my.
Well, I'm
PC.
being heard on OBS, so it's not my mic. I don't think I'm muted. I'm not muted. Can you hear me now? I think that might be on your end.
Check my Discord settings.
Because it doesn't look like it's on my end. Oh, if I can type, that'd be great. Yes, Will has gotten tired of me talking at him.
I just did a test on Discord and I could hear myself through the playback, so I don't know if it's an issue on my end. I don't know. That would say it wouldn't be, but
okay. Well, here's something. I don't see myself lighting up in me. Okay, can you hear me now?
Can't hear you.
Anything at all? That is so weird. Because I'm. Why?
That face, I knew you discovered, and it was a when you made. I saw that face. I was like, oh, he figured it out.
Yeah, I figured. How did Discord change settings mid call?
I don't know. That's why I checked mine to see, and I was like, oh no, let's do test. Oh, I hear myself through. Okay, so weird. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there was a weird thing that happened. Like, just it was just like a click or kind of thing where it just all of a sudden you stopped, and I'm like, oh, something's weird.
Yeah, like I'm looking on OBS. I'm like, my mic is showing up on OBS. Yeah. Then I looked over on Discord. I'm like, well, the ring of speakage is not showing up. So it was a Discord issue. I looked up, and my settings were on default.
That's weird.
It, they were mid call.
Yup. I checked my settings to see, and I'm like, oh no, it's fine. Mine okay. Because I thought maybe that happened to me where it but that's weird. Yeah.
Mid call. That is dumb. Anyway, immortality. It's a thing. Again, it's creepy. I've not gone to the horror thing that some of the reviews say it is, but I'm assuming I'll get there.
Okay, cool. Do I got anything else worth talking about? I'm trying to think. I got that. Oh, I finally watched and caught up on She-Hulk.
I have watched the first episode.
What'd you think of the first episode?
I liked it. It was good. I started the second episode, but then like I want to do something else. So
It's not I like it a lot because it's not trying to be like the next big crazy Marvel event. It's
yes,
just a down to earth, street level type like story setting, whatever. There's goofiness, there's but then again, a lot if people don't know, She-Hulk breaks the fourth wall in the comics. That's just the way it is. She is.
oh no,
So
yeah, that was that like she talked directly to the camera first episode, right off the bat.
there's other characters from the Marvel universe that show up. Some known, like, of course the Hulk,
Yes.
and we know Wong. I think the Wrecking Crew, it's supposed to be the Wrecking Crew shows up
Okay.
in I think the latest episode, the fourth episode. It's not really a spoiler. I mean, it just happens to be a thing that happens, and she's she's like, "What did you steal from a uh Asgardian hardware store?" And they're like, "Oh yeah," and it's just not. It's a weird version of the Wrecking Crew.
Okay.
If anyone knows the Wrecking Crew,
I know the name, but I don't think I
Well,
could.
well, it's like the dude with like the it's like let me look it up just to make sure. They have like enchanted Asgardian stuff like that they actually do steal, I think, in the comics. Wrecker, Bulldozer, Piledriver and Thunderball. They're like a villain team, and they have like Wrecker wields an indestructible crowbar with magical properties. Bulldozer has an armored helmet and fights ramming head first. Piledriver fights with an oversized pile driving fist. Thunderball has a ball. There's like a huge demolition ball on a chain. Like, they're not like, it's not like they're dumb villains,
Sure.
but they're tough.
There
Dumb
definitely
villains.
needs to be more of those. Just the dumb kind of.
I mean, yeah, you have the whole you have the whole Marvel universe to work
Yeah.
with. Yes, why not throw the Wrecking Crew in She-Hulk? You're not going to throw the Wrecking Crew in an MCU movie, most likely.
No.
So, like, it's just so it's just, whatever. Just like use these, these characters that you're not going to use in movies. Use them in the shows. I like the fact that every episode has an end credit like scene. At least so far, every episode does. A fun little like thing at the end.
The one in the first episode was like, really? Okay.
Which one was the first one? The one in the first episode? Because I watched like all 4 back to back to back, so that it all blends in for me.
Did Captain America fuck?
Oh yeah, I love that. Yeah, I love that. So good. Yeah, because I mean that they built up to that like in the actual episode,
Yes.
and then she like tricks Hulk into actually explaining it, and what's her lock screen wallpaper?
I don't know. That's not something I've.
It looks like it's a butt. I don't know if it's like.
That definitely looks like a butt.
Yeah. I haven't like paused and looked like to which. Oh, Jen gets a text on her phone that gives us a good look at her lock screen, which is a photo of the backside of Steve Rogers,
Yeah,
Captain America. Okay, yeah,
I just saw someone.
That's what I thought.
That's America's ass.
Yep. And when she's drunk, like when when the first time when they're drinking, she's talking about like she it's so sad that he died a virgin with having that and all that, and it's just like, oh my god, this is hilarious. I love this. Like it's such a fun show. Like it's a fun show. It doesn't have crazy stakes. It's connected into the MCU. You when you watch more episodes, you'll see they'll reference other things and other that connects it to the main to the overarching main MCU universe. But it's fun. That's all I want from the show, is it to be a fun. There hasn't been a whole lot of action in the first 4 episodes. At least there's been some stuff here and there, but it's mostly just been like She-Hulk being, her adjusting to being She-Hulk and all that, which I'm here for. It's 4 episodes in. There's still 5 more left.
Yeah, I mean, Miss Marvel didn't really get into superheroing until like the last like 2 episodes. It was a lot of her figuring out being Captain Miss Marvel and going back in time and then coming back. But like
Interesting.
Oh, have you not seen Miss Marvel yet?
I've only watched like the first 2 episodes, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, your face
So,
after goes back in time and then comes back like, I don't think he's seen it.
no, but I'm okay with that. I don't think that's gonna really spoil or be a big deterrent for me or ruin anything. Um, I mean, I already know the whole X-Man thing, like
No,
or mutant thing.
the word mutant was said, which is a
Yeah,
big fucking deal. Or mutation was said.
yeah,
But yeah, that's the X-Men tie-in. Like, what? That's the lamest tie-in I've ever seen.
yeah, but yeah. They have to change her because they don't want to touch Inhumans anymore. Like, now that
Mm.
they have mutants, why would they? Like,
Yeah, and they
they
gave us,
tried Inhumans and that
and
failed.
and then the last, Inhuman thing that we saw was the most horrific thing that has ever been put to film.
I mean, technically, they had Inhuman stuff, and the Inhuman stuff they did in Agents of Shield wasn't bad. I thought it was all right,
No, I'm talking
but
about
yeah, that
no,
show that they came out.
I am talking about Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, that, yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah,
I
it
will
was just
unfortunately never forget about that.
smartest man alive has to tell Wanda how to how to defeat them. Have you seen the? I think it How It Should Have Ended, or I think where it's like, "Hey Wanda, Black Bolt will tell you where your children are." Like, and then she comes close to him, and then he like screams at her. Like, it's like, yeah, that's how it should have went. Not he can defeat you with one whisper of his voice or from his mouth. Yeah, but yeah, She-Hulk's
And
fun.
then he
I've been,
screamed, and then I screamed.
but not for ice cream.
No.
But yeah, you need to catch up on She-Hulk. It's good. Like, I was just watching episode to episode and just having a blast with it. And I love the credits, how they're like they're like was it like the court art depiction, whatever, of like what happened in the episode.
Oh yes.
Yeah. And it's not the same. They're like, it's what happened in that previous episode. So like, it's not just like the same credits over and over, or same generic court, like in credits, like stuff. Like, what happened in episode 4 is depicted in that same style versus like what happened in episode 1. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like one set for every episode. It's like individual, which is really cool. And it had me watching the credits. Of course, instead of just skipping through to the main, like into to the after credit scene for each episode, I was actually watching because there's some funny stuff in those like little images. Like in was it like, I think it's episode 4, they mentioned some certain things that just seems ridiculous, and then in the credits they make the little uh like images of stuff that was referenced, where it's like, oh, that's hilarious. Like, so it's pretty good. I'm enjoying it, and I'm a big fan of Tatiana Maslany. So, and I think she's doing great.
Yes.
She's doing great in the show. Like,
That she is. That she is.
I mean, she played a show where she played like multiple
Multiple
different
versions of herself. Yeah.
versions of herself. Yeah, like, different cloned versions of herself with different personalities. So like she's got a lot of acting experience. So so yeah, I think that's all I've got that I can really think about. Nothing Nothing really new gaming wise, I don't think. You got anything else?
Nothing jumps out at me.
Yeah, I'm just trying to go back mentally through the last like week. Yeah, nothing. So,
Oh no!
oh,
Now that I'm looking
okay.
at my list of games, I do have Guild Wars 2 installed, and I have been playing Guild Wars 2.
Yeah, that I did. I have been seeing you play that, and I'm like, huh.
Well, it just came out on Steam,
Okay.
and it's not the same account that from like when the game first came out that I had, because I have lost access to that account completely. Like in order to like, oh, what's your, it's not, instead of a what is a secret question, is what is the name of a character you played in Guild Wars 1? Are you fucking serious?
Oh wow. I mean, to be fair, at least that's not going to be like, that's not going to be personal information.
That is a
That's
question nobody
if it
can
gets
answer.
leaked. Yeah. What if you didn't play Guild Wars
Well,
1?
I had Guild Wars 1 on that account, so it did have, it's the same account from like back in like 20 like 05. It's the same account, but I don't remember, and I remember I've put in requests for like help from customer support, and like, well, okay, what's your CD key from when you bought Guild Wars 2? Because we won't help you without that. Well,
Wow.
luckily I have it. It doesn't match our records. Yes, it fucking does, because I'm looking at it right here. It says it right here. No, it doesn't. Fuck you. Not gonna play your game then. And so it came out on Steam. I'm like, nope, can't count.
So it was a 10th anniversary. It was last month.
Yeah, that was kind of when it came out, and
Interesting.
I've been playing it, and like max level is like 80, and like 3 days I got a character to 40. I'm like, this is quick. And I've only gone through a zone and a half.
Oh, they must, yeah, they must be very new player friendly then. Like,
it is, yes, in a way that's like, because it's been so long since I've played Guild Wars 2. Like, I played it when it first came out. Like I did streams of it. There are videos on the YouTube channel of of early access Guild Wars 2. Do I remember any of it? Nothing. So I forgot every single thing. Like the fact I completely forgot the fact that every time you equip a different type of weapon, like your attacks change. Because like oh, you pick up an axe and you get these attacks. Like these abilities. You pick up a sword, it's these abilities. You have a sword in one hand and a shield in another, you get these. But if you have an axe in the other hand, you get two different ones. Like it's so like based on the weapon you're carrying that it's like it's different, and I kind of like that. But at the same time, I'm like, it also does not feel like an MMO because I only have like 5 abilities. I'm like, I'm missing something. Like I should have an entire like 3 bars full of abilities and not knowing what to do with them. No, I don't have that. And like questing is so different because it's like when you start a quest, anybody can just walk up and they don't have to click a button. They just join you doing the quest and they get it. They get the experience. And it's like, oh, I start a quest by, escort this caravan to this
proximity
town.
based.
Yes, it is. It is. Like there's a
Weird.
circle on the map. Like there is an event happening here. They don't even call them quests. They call them events.
Ah, okay. Interesting. Huh.
So I was like, that's a neat idea, but it's like it is so divorced from like what I think an MMO should play like. But I
Well,
also
yeah.
but like I will say this: the thing that I'm like, okay, every MMO needs to have this is the mount system, which is something that Guild Wars 2 did not have when it first launched. Was mounts. Those came later. Mounts have fucking weight to them. Like they don't, like you're running and all of a sudden you stop on a fucking dime. They don't have that. They actually have like a weight. Like they actually take like steps forward after you stop moving. When you turn as you're moving, it doesn't do a tight little dime, turn on a dime kind of thing. You actually like it does like a wide turn. Like it actually feels like this raptor that I'm riding, actually feels like it there's weight to it. And from what I've heard, the flying mechanic, like for flying mounts, is amazing. And like WoW's new flying mechanic from in the next upcoming expansion is a direct ripoff of Guild Wars 2. Like not even hiding the fact
Interesting.
that it's a direct ripoff of Guild Wars 2. But it's free to play, so have at it. It's on Steam.
I will not.
I know.
But okay.
I know, because you're
if
not
I was
much
gonna do any
of an MMO person. I know.
If I was gonna do any, it would be Final Fantasy 14.
Hey now.
If I was gonna do any.
Hey now.
Or get back into SWTOR.
I've tried to do that. Like I tried to do that not that long ago, and it was so hard to get back into that game.
Hey, I actually went through all the hassle and got my account unlocked and everything because I had the app on, what was it? It was like my Galaxy S3 or whatever, like phone, whatever.
Yeah.
And so long ago. Oh my god. And yeah, so I got all that sorted out and I launched it up. I remember a few months back and was like, I don't know what to do. Like,
yeah.
I enjoyed the hell out of that game though when I did play it.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. It is definitely
Good cinematic story, I thought.
One of the better stories of MMOs.
And the fact that like each character has their own is kind of crazy. Like
that's okay. In Guild Wars 2, there's something like when you're creating a character, you're asked these questions like, do you follow the path of the bear, of the wolf, of the leopard, of the raven? Okay, pick one. Last Moore's Day or whatever the fuck festival name was, something happened. What was it? I lost in combat. I did the And depending on the things you pick during this questionnaire, that determines your personal story. So like you actually have a personal story that's not even based off your class. It's based off the choices that you picked. So like each race has like 4 or 5 different quests you do, or different like personal storylines based off the choices that you picked. So there is something similar to that in Guild Wars, only with much less dialogue and much less cutscene. Because
Interesting.
the cutscenes in Guild Wars 2, that's definitely something that's, because it's just like cut to person standing here, and then text happens in between them. Like, and there's like, and the background is like this painted image. Like it's not even the background of where you're standing. It's just this painted image of whatever. So, but Guild Wars 2 is still a good game.
Okay. Well, that's upsetting. I went on Hulu to see, like, is there anything I missed that I watched? And upcoming price increase. Hulu's no ad price will increase from $12.99 to $14.99 on 10/10/2022.
Oh,
Why does everything have to keep going up? Like ugh. Like I rem- I remember when there was only a few streaming services and people were complaining about, like, man, this is all adding up and whatever. And was like, it's not that bad. Like, what, they total like $20, 20 something dollars. And now it's like, oh no, Netflix alone is $20 and Hulu is now $15 and HBO Max is this, and Disney Plus is increasing to whatever it's going to increase to. And then, yeah, oh my God. But oh, I did watch an anime. So I guess this would be the last thing I watch. Or I talk about. Infinite Dendogram,
oh, okay, yeah,
which I think is one you've watched.
yes.
It's what is it? I remember correct because I this was like last week. I think and I don't know why I stopped at the last. Like I think at the last episode, very weird. Um, Probably because that's when my internet went out, and I probably forgot to go back. But yeah, this is like the MMO one, right?
Yes,
Like VR, MMO, whatever, deep dive, all the typical anime,
but
whatever.
not an isekai.
Not an isekai because they're able to leave, and
Yes,
if they die, they're just banned from the game for a day, right? Or
that sounds
which,
right.
which is 3 days in game. Because that's how time runs differently from real world to in game, which I thought was kind of weird. Like, okay, whatever. But
Well,
yeah,
you've not played enough MMOs to know that in-game time definitely does go faster in MMOs than real time.
well, yeah, but I know that, but like 1 day in real life equals 3 days in the game. That seems kind of like, shouldn't a lot more time pass through, like, in the
Yeah.
game versus real life? Like, but anyways, It was good. I enjoyed it. It did nothing about it really like stood out
No, I could.
too
It's a
much.
very generic, like fantasy MMO anime.
Yeah, it's like I think there's goofy stuff. It's like
It definitely
the main
it had more potential at the beginning when like these characters are alive and mean something, and like only one character can see it. But then that kind of storyline just kind of got lost.
and you're a certain word that I can't remember where you feel like everything is real in this world unlike everyone else, so that makes you special and different. I
Yeah.
forget what the word is, but yeah, it was just like, oh, that's the writing there wasn't the best.
No, but I get
Kind of
what it
fell
was
off.
trying to
Yeah,
say. But yeah, it kind of
potential I think is the best. You said like it had potential to be a lot better than it was, and then it was
it
like,
had a
oh,
good idea, but it didn't quite deliver.
and then was it the crazy villain at the end, the like mad scientist dude?
Oh right,
Kind of
yeah.
came out of nowhere, like
Thank
that whole
yeah.
thing.
Uh-huh. That like literally came out of
Like,
nowhere. Yeah.
it's like, oh, and now all of a sudden I've trapped the city, or I've trapped all the main important people in the city, and but oh, luckily the main character isn't quite high enough level to be trapped. He's
Right.
like one level under, so he's able to leave with you know other low level, and they're able to help save the day and whatever. It's just like, oh, this,
And
yeah.
politics. We're gonna throw
Oh,
politics in for no particular reason, and then not really follow up on any of it.
yeah, you said it, like potential and generic. Like, maybe I thought going into this was something else. Maybe I confused this with something else because when I first like went into it, I'm like, I think Stuart really likes this one, but maybe I was confusing it with another one.
Well, Fury, because it
Well, now,
came out at the same time. I think I know which one you were confusing it for. It's Bo Fury.
no, I don't. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it's just the name. I'm like,
the Bo Fury, the defense, maximum defense, which I think you saw.
yeah, I did watch that one. I like that one. No,
Yeah,
I'm maybe it's just the name.
I mean,
Like,
I did
there's
watch it. I did talk about it, but like it was, it's very generic.
yeah. Like I said, maybe there's a name out there that was similar to this or something that I'm confusing. Like, but yeah, it, yeah, it kind of fell flat for me, and I was just like, oh, like,
No,
yeah.
it's definitely one was like, I, it was something to watch, but if there's no more episodes, I'm okay with that too.
Yeah, see, there's only one season of this, right?
Yeah.
Whatever I was thinking of, I think has two seasons. So I think I am like confusing it with something. I was confusing it with something else going into it, thinking I can't think of what I was
Let's
thinking,
see,
but
another MMO one that I really like is Log Horizon, which has 3 seasons.
I don't think it's the premise that I was confused. I think it was just like
Okay.
the name, like literally, something, maybe something that else started with an I. You know, I, I don't know, but anyways, yeah, just kind of disappointed. It's just it's like, yeah, it's an anime.
Yeah.
not, and it's not like it was over the top fan service that I can think of either, or
No.
anything. It was just like, yeah, it's a if this is a flavor of anime, this would be vanilla.
Yeah.
Nothing special, but it's just all right, you know. So yeah, that's the only thing recently that worthwhile talking about. Um, so yeah, guess we can wrap things up. Be sure to follow us on Twitter. Stuart's at Casual Terror. I am at Will Play Games _. I don't think there's an underscore on my little thing.
That's your Twitch.
Oh, Twitch. You have our Twitches up now. Okay, I didn't know that.
I added that literally before the show.
Oh, okay.
I was making it as we were talking.
Okay. Does it cycle through our Twitch and Twitters? Yes. I
Yes.
haven't really been paying attention.
Yes, it does.
Enough to. Okay. Cool. That's interesting. That's cool. Okay. Yeah. So yeah.
Next,
I'm
I'll add
at Will Play
YouTube.
Games _ yes. If you're Stuart, on, like he said, Twitch at or Casual Terror, and then I'm Will Play Games on Twitch. So as I'm saying this, the Twitter one is up now. So of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, Stuart and I both are wanting to stream more, and I'm going to be streaming this weekend, hopefully.
I think I am too.
I need to figure out a schedule of like when I can stream, and just like make certain set dates, like this is when I'm going to stream, and
I keep
have some
doing
like structure.
I keep doing that, but then I'm like, but it takes me, but like by the time I leave work and I get home, it's an hour. And it's like, I'm so exhausted from just the drive home because traffic fucking sucks that I just want to like do nothing or sleep. So I'm like, fuck, I want to stream, but I have no energy to do so.
I get that.
What I need to do is, instead of going straight to my couch when I get home, and is like, I go to the gym.
That was a good one.
Sorry, that was funny. And then I'll have energy.
That was a good one, Stuart. Who says you're not funny? No? But yeah, so best way to keep, to follow us on Twitter.
Yeah,
that's the best way to keep up to date with whatever we're doing, is Twitter. So yeah, and I guess we will see you next time.
And remember, no animals were hard making this podcast.
Best way to keep so best way to keep so